ऊष्टापिदानानुकुली दन्तै परिवृता पविः सर्वस्यै वाच ईशाना चारुमामिह वादयेत् शिष्योऽहं सर्वदा यस्य तस्मै विद्यान्नदायिने गुरवे विश्वेशमुनये नमः प्रेष्ठतमाय मे। स्वागतं वो तत्र भवतां समेषाम् अधिमञ्चं विराजमानानां मह्यं विद्यान्नदायिनाम् अस्माकं प्रेष्ठतमानां गुरूणां श्री विश्वेशतीर्थश्रीमच्चरणानां श्री पेजावरमठाधीशानाम् अपि च अस्मद्मणिपालविश्वविद्यानिलयस्य कुलाधिपतीनां कुलपतीनाम् उपकुलपतीनां कुलसचिवानां समस्तानां बन्धूनाम् अस्माकं निमन्त्रणाम् आदृत्य आगतानां विद्वत्तल्लजानां च शोधच्छात्राणां विशेषतः सकुटुम्बम् आगताभ्यां ज्ञानगंगा भगीरथाभ्यां श्री तिरुमलकुलकर्णी जयदीपजोशी महाभागाभ्यां वेदाद्रिः वेदाचलः इति प्रतिता इयमद्रिः अत एव विद्याक्षेत्रे अयं विश्वविद्यानिलयः देशेऽस्मिन् अग्रतमेषु अन्यः वरीवर्ति मध्वभूम्याम् अस्याम् इदं द्वैतफिलासफी रिसोर्स् सेण्टर् वर्षत्रयं यावत् शास्त्रग्रन्थानाम् अनुवादप्रकाशनादिकर्म कुर्वत् विचारसङ्किरण कार्यागारौ च आयोजयत्। बालेयं संस्था इदानीं तृतीयां कृतिं लोकाय प्रार्पयति। अस्त्यवसरः साम्प्रदायिकानाम् अस्माकं सर्वैः अधिगम्यमानायां लोकभाषायां प्रकाशनाय समस्तशास्त्राणामपि जगतः जागरणाय प्रबोधनाय च प्रयत्नोऽयमपि शास्त्रज्ञानिनाम् अद्यतनस्य न्याचुरल् लैङ्ग्वेज् प्रोसेसिङ्ग् संस्कृत कम्प्यूटेशनल् लिङ्ग्विस्टिक्स् इत्यादिषु को वा न्यायशास्त्रस्य प्रयोगः इति दर्शयितुम् आधुनिकानां तु सरलतया स्पष्टतया च शास्त्रपरिचये साधारणक्रमः अत्र अनुसृतः वर्तते। तदिमं कृतिकुसुमं तर्कनिश्चितचित्तैः अप्रतर्क्यस्य भगवतः पुरुषस्य विष्णोः पादयोः विद्वद्भ्यां स्तूयमानेन वेदानां घोषेण साकं समर्पयामः।
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवांशस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ।
Thank you. Good evening and a very warm welcome to everyone. Manipal University Press today, in association with DPRC, Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center, is presenting to you its 22nd publication, The Language of Logic, Navya Nyaya Perspectives. To begin with today's inaugural function, I request Dr. H. Vinod Bhatt, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, to welcome the gathering.
His Holiness Sri Vishweshatirtha Swamiji of Sri Pejavar Dr. Ramdas M.Pai, the President and Chancellor of Manipal University, Dr. H.S. Balal, the Pro-Chancellor of the University, Sri Tirumal Kulkarni, and Sri Jaydeep Joshi, the authors of the book to be released today, invitees and friends. Manipal University had applied for setting up a Center for European Studies way back in 2009-10. And amongst the 5 objectives was the establishment of a Center for Dvaita Philosophy. This was the unique feature of this application. In fact, I feel the university got this center funded by the delegation of European Union in India only because we had included the setting up of a Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center and listed it as a priority. And when we did get funded, we set up the Center for European Studies and perhaps set up the only ever center in Dvaita philosophy in the university setup in this country. Strangely, there is so much known about India, Indology, Indian culture, traditions, and philosophy outside of India than within our country. And this, to me, was an anomaly that required correction. And this was the logic for setting up a Center for European Studies. There were 31 centers of Indian studies in Europe, but there were only about 6 centers of European studies in India. And that shows the kind of awareness that existed about India elsewhere. And with this perspective, when the Center for Dvaita Philosophy was set up, we also used this opportunity to set up the Manipal University Press. So this was the beginning of a new adventure where, under the university's umbrella, we set up the University Press, the Dvaita Philosophy Center, the Center for European Studies, all with one single stroke. And the first publication of the Center and the Manipal University Press was Pramana Paddhati, the translated work of Sri Jayatirtha. And this came out very well and was very well appreciated both in India and Europe. And that set us going, and now we are in the 4th offering from the Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center. And to do the honors, we have none other than the Senior Pontiff of Sri Pejavar Mutt. On behalf of the university, all its teaching staff and the non-teaching staff, the students of the university, I cordially will welcome Sri Swamiji for today's function. Behind every innovation in the university system is an inspiration. And for us in university teaching setup and in administration, the inspiration is Dr. Pai. Dr. Ramdas Pai has stood behind all of us when we have explained something new that we wanted to set up, something different that we wanted to start. And to you, sir, I extend a warm and cordial welcome. Dr. Ballal has been that hand which has provided stability to the university's administration. A person with a stentorian voice, equally calm interior, so it's quite the opposite of most of us. And he gives that administrative acumen for the university. And to Dr. Ballal, I extend a warm welcome. I met the authors for the first time today. Dr. Neeta Inamdar has been the point of contact with the authors. To Professor Tirmal Kulkarni and to Sri Jaideep Joshi, a warm and cordial welcome. This is not about religion. This is not about any single entity which divides human beings. This is about philosophy which unites people. And today we have the Swamiji to do that wonderful task. And I feel in years to come, the University Press and the Dvaita Philosophy Center here can do much more for the spread of the works of philosophy that emanated from this holy place of Udupi. You are the one who are the maestro. We are only the instruments. The press can provide that support to the pontiff in taking this work of philosophy across the seas. To all those who are gathered here, I extend a cordial welcome. Thank you. May I request Dr. Pai to felicitate the pontiff by offering a bowl of fruits, a garland, and a few books from the Dvaita Philosophy Center. I request Dr. Neeta to hand over bouquets to all delegates on days.
The language of logic, Navyanyaya Perspectives, is a unique introduction to the philosophy and language of Indian logic. The traditionally presented concepts of Navyanyaya have been simplified in this book for easy accessibility to general readers. And to further simplify this and explain to us the language, we have with us the authors, Dr. Tirumala P. Kulkarni and Mr. Jaideep Joshi, to share their thoughts on the concept. A brief introduction before that. Tirumala P. Kulkarni, a PhD in Dvaita Vedanta, is a pioneering young scholar highly regarded for his contribution to the field of Sanskrit computational linguistics. Presently, he is a professor in Purna Prajna Vidyapita Sanskrit College, Bengaluru. He is a member of the team developing TACT Corpora and Sanskrit grammatical toolkits for the Sanskrit Hindi machine translation project run by the Government of India. He is a recipient of the prestigious Vidya Manya Prashasti. Sir, I now request you to share with us a few words about the book and throw light on the subject.
प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. आपादमौलिपर्यन्तं गुरूणाम् आकृतिं स्मरेत् तेन विघ्नाः प्रणश्यन्ति सिद्ध्यन्ति च मनोरथाः. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರುವ ಪರಮಪೂಜ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದಂಗಳವರು ವಾಮನರಾಗಿ ತ್ರಿವಿಕ್ರಮನಂತೆ ಬೆಳೆದು ಜನಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಸಮಾಜವನ್ನು ಆಶ್ರಯಿಸಿದವರು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸಿದವರು. ಮಣಿಪಾಲ ಊರು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡೀ ವಿಶ್ವವನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದಂತೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಮನಮಾತಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಂಥ ದಿಗ್ಗಜರು ಈ ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪರಮಪೂಜ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀಪಾದಂಗಳವರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಎದುರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿರಿಯರನ್ನು ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸ್ತಾ ನಾನೊಂದು 4 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಕೆಲವರು ಇರೋದರಿಂದ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಸೂಚನೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಂತೆ ನಾನು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. If we see the history of Indian knowledge system, the subjects are called Vedanta Shastram, Nyaya Shastram, Mimamsa Shastram, Jyotish Shastram. Here the word Shastram means science, as we call science of Vedanta, science of Ayurveda, science of biology, like that. The knowledge system which follows a system known as Shastra. This system was based on logic. It is called Pramana Shastra or Nyaya Shastra. It is said in scriptures, Dvijas should study Vedas, Kshatriyas should study Rajaniti, that is politics, Vaishyas should study Varta, that is commerce, but everybody should study Nyaya, Anvikshiki, because logic is base for any system of knowledge. In the field of artificial intelligence, which is emerged in recent years, recent decades, a word knowledge engineer is used. A person who can speak with both humans and machines, in other words, whose language is understandable both by humans and machine, is called knowledge engineer. In traditional history, Nayayikas, especially Navya Nayayikas, the logicians of Indian system held the role of knowledge engineering. If you see the new computer languages like C, C++, they are hardly understandable by humans. The natural language used by humans is not understandable for machines. The language developed by Navya Nayayikas has the both futures, so that the thinkers call Navya Nayayikas as knowledge engineers in the field of Indian philosophical world. In the modern age, there is much curiosity about our ancient Shastras. We can see our Shastras from two perspectives. One is from curiosity, jidnyasa. Many people, when they read some articles, many topics, get curiosity what our forefathers, our rishis, munis have said about these things. Another perspective is for insights. If we see Ayurveda granthas and many more such granthas, till today we get insights from those scriptures. The senior professor Kannan in Bangalore was telling other day that language and mind are most intangible subjects for human mind. If we see the depth of inquiry about these two subjects in the Sanskrit literature, we will be astonished. In this book, which will be released today, we have dealt the Navyal Nyaya language. I don't go much about this, but as I said, there are two perspectives from curiosity and for insight. I give one insights or instances. I and my friend Srinivas Varkhedi went to Hyderabad to work with Western logicians, linguistics 15 years ago. In the first week, we were asked, in Western logic, there is a big subject like quantifiers, universal quantifiers, existential quantifiers. How now Nyaya Shastra deal with them? We got answer for that question after 2 years. If I elaborate the answer to our students, it's just 5 to 10 minutes answer. But it took whole 2 years to find that answer. So there is a curiosity that how this is dealt in our Shastras, how this is explained, how this is taught, all these types of questions. We have some topics like those which fulfill our curiosity. And there are some insights, even today, much is not Karaka Vyavastha, the system of Karaka, taught by Panini, elaborated by Nayayikas. It is very useful for machine translation and understanding the heart of language. We have dealt most part of in our book about this Karaka system, and another important point is ontology. In the traditional Gurukula system, we hardly use boards. We never use boards. We only go on teaching, the students go on hearing. In modern method, no teaching is possible without the boards. I am not evaluating any system, but both have their own strengths. In this book, extensive diagrams are used at every step. So this presentation will be helpful for both modern Jidnyasus and traditional scholars and students. I think that it's my fortune that I got a modern student like Jaydeep Joshi, who is pursuing his PhD course in Indian Institute of Science, one of the most prestigious scientific institution of India, Bangalore, in ecology. The beauty of presentation of this book is due to him. If I would have written it in my own, it will not be so beautiful. I am reminded D.V. Gundappa's sentence in Kannada, Hosachigaru Haleberu Kudidare Marasobagu, Hosayukti Haletattva Dodagude Dharma, Rishivakya Dodane Vijnana Kale Mele Vise, Jasavu Janajivanakya Mankutima. So whenever we do some collaboration, then it comes a new thing, it will be very attractive. It's another fortune that We work with the Manipal University group headed by Neeta Inamdar and Srinivas. It is so professional, it is so refreshing for us. It gave us a new exposure. After this experience, I can imagine why Manipal University is extraordinary, because it took almost 12 versions to finalize the script. Normally, we write and it goes directly to press. But here, we revised it, go on revising, and it has come so well. Thank you, Neeta and Srinivas, for this special experience for us. As I said, Nyaya inspired most of the Indian knowledge systems, like Alankara Shastra, Vedanta Shastra, Mimamsa Shastra. It's my fortune that my Guruji Pejawar Swamiji is here to inaugurate this book. He has the same quality. I have seen with him, he has inspired all types of people. The greatest business people come with him and say, I am inspired by your words. Great sannyasis say the same word, great students say, great social workers say. So he is the source of all inspirations. His blessings send us to Hyderabad to read this special course and all those things. That is his inspiration is, and anugraha is the source of these books. I feel very much fortunate for having him as the inaugurator of this book. At the end, I had to share, because Neeta Inamdar has said specially, she has mentioned in that book also, our institution, Purna Pradnya Vidyapitha, has newly explored a short course, Practical Sanskrit. We have many tools in Sanskrit. We have taken the many statistics of Sanskrit language and come out with a beautiful course called Practical Sanskrit. Within 15 hours, a person who has not studied Sanskrit can start feeling every word of any text he wishes to study. Because till today we had Sambhashana Sandesha, Sambhashana Samskrita, the Sarala Samskrita concept of teaching. But now, with the blessings of Pejawar Swamiji, his institution is Purna Pradnya Vidyapitha, there we have come out with a very spectacular, first in the world of any language in India, based on statistics. It is very unique that within 15 hours, we can, anybody who is jidnyasu on any reading about Bhagavad Gita or any particular subject, we can teach them that course. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that informative speech. I'm sure the audience will enjoy reading through the aspects of Indian logic in this book. Our second author, Mr. Jaideep Joshi, a B.Tech in Electrical Engineering from Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, is currently pursuing a PhD in Ecology at the Indian Institute of Sciences, Bengaluru. His wide range of interests includes studying collective animal behavior, Sanskrit, and Indian philosophy. I now request Mr. Joshi to share with us his experience of writing this book.
First of all, I would like to pay my respects to His Holiness Sri Vishveshatirtha Swamiji, my teacher, Professor Tirumala Kulkarni, Chancellor Dr. Ramdas Paiji, Pro-Chancellor Dr. H.S. Pallaji, and Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. Vinod Bhatt ji. I would like to thank Dr. Neeta Inamdar, Dr. Srinivas Kumar Acharya, and Mr. Arvind Naregal for the immense effort that they have put behind publication of this book, and my friends who have helped me by arguing with me immensely and discussing with me all along, and all the scholars assembled here. I would also like to pay my respects to my parents who are also here. So I started learning Nyaya only about a year ago, and that too only one class per week,
that when I and sir had a common time free. And if not for writing, if he had not insisted me on writing this book, then I doubt I would have understood any of the Nyaya concepts that he taught me within such a short time. So it's only while writing that I figured out that many concepts I had not understood at all. So when I realized that, I would immediately call him up. I would trouble him so much that until I had understood. And he was also extremely patient, and he used to explain everything to me at any time that I would call him. So, and when I started classes, during the very first week, he told me that we should write this book. And I was shocked because I had hardly begun learning, and coming out with a book in such a short time was actually, I was thinking it's impossible. So he said that you need not worry. Whatever notes you are writing, just elaborate on those, and it would come out nicely. So I'm very bad at taking notes. Now when he announced that we have covered everything that has to be put in the book, my notes had covered 5 pages. So I started thinking, and after much elaborating the notes, I sent it to some of my friends for review. And they said that we don't understand a word of what you have written. So then I had to really go into explaining everything from scratch. And I realized that nothing can be taken for granted for writing a book for a general audience. And I started putting everything step by step. Even the figures, we had put only figures for the final Navya expressions. Then I put figures even for the stepwise construction of those expressions. And finally, we had covered whatever was to be covered in the book. And that portion had come out nicely. But still I felt that something was lacking. So that book still didn't have that intellectual punch that would make the audience jaw drop. So I discussed with sir, and that led to 2 more chapters on ontology and epistemology, which are more of the philosophical aspects of Navya Nyaya. And in these 2 chapters, we tried to answer 2 questions. In the ontology chapter, the question was, how do Naiyayikas argue for the existence of Atma? And in the epistemology chapter, the question was, how do Naiyayikas maintain rationality in their philosophy in spite of owing allegiance to the authority of the Vedic sentences? So these are questions which sound contradictory or counterintuitive at first glance, but then these questions are answered in those chapters, and that I think does deliver that punch. So thus the book has come out finally, after no less than 12 revisions, as sir said, and I hope you will all enjoy reading it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joshi. May I now request our Pro-Chancellor, Dr. H.S. Ballal, to address the gathering.
Our chief guest of this evening, this person who is going to release the new book, Navya Nyaya, very shortly, Pujya Pejawar Swamiji, Chancellor of Manipal University, Dr. Ramdas Empai, the 2 authors, Tirumala Kulakarni and Joshi, my dear faculty members and the supporting staff of Manipal University, our Pro-Vice Chancellor Vinod Bhatt, Neeta Inamdar, who is heading as a matter of fact, she is the key person who is responsible for having this program today, invitees, members of the press and electronic media. Manipal University has always stayed committed to preserving the cultural and spiritual heritage of this region. In the year 2010, we took a step ahead in establishing Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center to create academic platform for philosophical discourse with a focus on Dvaita Vedanta. The larger idea here is to integrate the Indian knowledge system into that of the world. Considerable knowledge is hidden in many of our traditional texts that have not reached philosophers in other parts of the world. And it is here that we find that universities have a very important role to play. Therefore, the Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center was established with clearly stated objectives like to preserve the rich cultural and spiritual heritage of India, to open the doors of Indian philosophy to international scholars, to connect the traditional scholarships with the mainstream academic world, thus helping to identify and offer solutions to contemporary problems. Towards achieving these objectives, the university has developed a library with several books related to Dvaita philosophy in a separate facility at the Center of European Studies, which is headed by Neeta, established in the year 2010. Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center conducted a workshop called Ganaka Samskritam, a computer training workshop for traditional scholars. Around 25 traditional scholars from different matas and Sanskrit schools around this region participated in this workshop. I am proud to say that we are the only university to offer a PhD program in Dvaita studies. This is done in cooperation with Purna Prajna Samshodhana Mandiram in Bangalore. We hope this will produce many good philosophical works in the times to come. One very important task that Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center has taken up is to translate important texts in Sanskrit to English and publish them. The first such attempt was made with the Pramana Paddhati of Sri Jayatirtha, which was already mentioned by Dr. Vinod Bhatt. This was translated by Professor Srinivasa Varakhedi, another student of Pujya Sri Pejawar Swamiji. This was brought out as the first publication of Manipal University Press, which was established in the year 2011. More than 700 copies of the 1,000 copies printed have already been sold. Manipal University, being of international fame, this book, in addition to being sold in India, is also sold in other parts of the world. We feel glad that we have been able to take this Dvaita epistemological work to different parts of the world. Having started with this work, Manipal University Press has been growing very well, rolling out books in different disciplines almost every month. In just over 2 years of its existence, the team of Manipal University Press has been able to bring out 22 publications under the able leadership of our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Vinod Bhatt. I think it needs recognition. I am very pleased that today the language of logic, Navya Nyaya Perspectives of the 22nd book that is being released at the hands of, which is going to be released by our Pujya Swamiji of Pejawar Mutt. Apart from these two Dvaita Philosophy Resource Centers have also published another interesting work on a modern introduction to Madhva philosophy authored by Dr. B.H. Kotabagi. The team of Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center is guided by stalwarts like Sri Bannanje Govindacharya, the former Vice Chancellor of Rashtriya Samskrita Vidyapita, Dr. Prahlada Acharya, former Chancellor of the same university, Dr. V.R. Panchamukhi, Professor K.T. Pandurangi, and many other stalwarts as members of this advisory board of Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center. I hope both Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center and the Manipal University Press will continue the good work in future as well with the blessings of our Pujya Swamiji. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.
Thank you, sir. We now come to the main agenda of today's program, the book release. May I request His Holiness Shri Shri Vishvesha Tirtha Swamiji to do the honors by releasing the book.
आचार्य पवनोस्माकं आचार्यानि च भारती देवो नारायण श्रीशः देवी मंगलदेवता. ಮಣಿಪಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಈ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಶೋಧನದ ವಿಭಾಗ ಆರಂಭಿಸಿರುವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ತಿಳಿದು ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರ ಈ ಉಡುಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಖ್ಯಾತಿಯಿಂದ ಇಡೀ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಉಡುಪಿಯ ಹೆಸರು ಜಗದ್ವಿಖ್ಯಾತವಾಗಲು ಉಡುಪಿಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಒಬ್ಬರಾದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಈ ಉಡುಪಿಯ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಮುಟ್ಟಿಸುವಂತಹ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವತರಿಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಮಗನಾಗಿ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಮತ್ತು ಇಡೀ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದೇಶದ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು ಕೂಡ ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ವಿಚಾರ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆದೂಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂತಹ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅದರ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಗಾಗಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಏರ್ಪಡಿಸಿದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮದಾಸ ಪೈಗಳು ನಾವು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸಿ ಅವರು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅನೇಕ ರೀತಿಯ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳು, ಈಗ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಪ್ರಕಟವಾಗಿದೆ. ಕೆಲವು ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳು ಬಹಳ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ತಾತ್ವಿಕ ವಿಚಾರ ತಿಳಿಯಬಹುದು. ಕೆಲವು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರಿಭಾಷಿಕ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಗ್ರಹಿಸುವುದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಆದರೆ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕವರಿಗೆ ಅದರ ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಅವರು ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಅಂತಹ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಟಿಲವಾಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಬಹಳ ಅತ್ಯಗತ್ಯವಾದ ಕೃತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಲಕ್ಷಣ, ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಮಾಣಗಳು, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಯುಕ್ತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಶಬ್ದವು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ, ಯಾವ ಶಬ್ದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಬ್ದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಯುಕ್ತಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು, ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಯಾವುದಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಂಥ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪದ್ಧತಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀಮದಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದವ ಯಾರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಯದ ಒಂದು ಅಪೂರ್ವವಾದ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉಳಿದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದಾರ್ಶನಿಕರು ಏನು ವಿವೇಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮೀರಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಲೋಪದೋಷಗಳನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ವಿವೇಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಅದರ ವರ್ಗೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕೆಂಬುದನ್ನು ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಮಧ್ವರು ಬಹಳ ಸಮರ್ಥವಾಗಿ ಅನೇಕ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳಿಂದ ಪ್ರತಿಪಾದಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪದ್ಧತಿ. ಅದರಂತೆ ಈಗ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದ ಗ್ರಂಥ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬಹಳ ಕಬ್ಬಿಣದ ಕಡಲೆಯಂತೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಠಿಣವಾಗಿ ತೋರಬಹುದು. ಆದರೆ ದರ್ಶನದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡುವವರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಅಗತ್ಯ. ಈ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಎರಡು, ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಕರಣ, ಒಂದು ನ್ಯಾಯ. ಎಲ್ಲ ದಾರ್ಶನಿಕರು ದ್ವೈತ, ಅದ್ವೈತ, ವಿಶಿಷ್ಟಾದ್ವೈತ, ಮೀಮಾಂಸಾ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ದಾರ್ಶನಿಕರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ಎರಡು, ಒಂದು ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ, ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಕರಣ. ಇದರ ಅವಲಂಬನೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಅವು ಯಾವ ಗ್ರಂಥವನ್ನು ಬರೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಯನವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನೇಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಪ್ಪುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಹಳ ಅವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕವಾದ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಉಂಟು ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವಲಂಬಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಂಕರರಾಗಲಿ, ರಾಮಾನುಜರು, ಮಧ್ವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಪುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ವಾದ ವಿವಾದ ಚರ್ಚೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನು ಅನುಸರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣವಾಗಿವೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಈ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದೇ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೋ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಬೆಂಕಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಡುಗೆ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಗಳದಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಮ. ಅವರು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಎಂಬುದು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಕಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಧರ್ಮ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಬೆಂಕಿತ್ವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ವನ್ಯತ್ವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಕಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಧರ್ಮ ಇದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಧರ್ಮ ಉಳ್ಳದ್ದು ಇರುವಾಗ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವರು ಅಗ್ನಿತ್ವಾವಚ್ಛಿನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೋಗಿತಾ ಅಭಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅಗ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಬದಲು ಅಗ್ನಿತ್ವಾವಚ್ಛಿನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೋಗಿತಾ ಅಭಾವ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಗ್ನಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ನಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಗ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಗ್ನಿತ್ವಾವಚ್ಛಿನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೋಗಿತಾ ಅಭಾವ. ಈ ಥರದ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಶಬ್ದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರೂಪಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕ, ಇದರ ಆಧಾರ ಯಾವುದು? ಈ ಟೇಬಲ್, ಇದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಆಧಾರ. ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಆಧಾರ ಇದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದ. ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಎಂಬುದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ಯಾವ ಸಂಬಂಧ? ಪುಸ್ತಕ ನಿರೂಪಿತ ಆಧಾರತ. ಈ ಟೇಬಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಆಧಾರ ಅಂದರೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ನಿರೂಪಿತ ಆಧಾರತ. ಈ ಥರದ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ದಾರ್ಶನಿಕರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಮೇಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುವುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಥದ್ದು ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಗತಿಗಳು. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸೋದು ಅದು ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೆಲ ತೋರಬೇಕು. ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ತೋರಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಒಂದು ಅಭಾವ ತೋರಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭಾವ ಅದು ತೋರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದರ ಅಭಾವ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಅದು ತೋರಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು, ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನಿಯೋಗಿ ಅಂತ. ಈ ಥರದ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸದೆ ಯಾವ ದಾರ್ಶನಿಕರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಮೇಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಾದ ನಡೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ವಾದಗಳಿಗೂ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮೂಲಭೂತವಾದ ಪಾರಿಭಾಷಿಕ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಿರೂಪಿಸಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಿಷಯದ ನಿರೂಪಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಆದರೆ ಅತ್ಯವಶ್ಯಕವಾದ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಂದರೆ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ. ಅದರ ಪ್ರಮೇಯವನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಪ್ಪುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕತ್ವ ಉಂಟು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಧರ್ಮ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಪುಸ್ತಕತ್ವ ಉಂಟು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಸಂಬದ್ಧ. ಒಂದು ಧರ್ಮ ಆ ವಸ್ತುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಧರ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೊಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಉಂಟು. ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಧರ್ಮ ಗುಣ ಸೇರಿ ಅದು ಪದಾರ್ಥ, ಅದರ ಧರ್ಮ ಇನ್ನೊಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕತ್ವ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಮಧ್ಯದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪುಸ್ತಕವ ಇಂಥದ್ದೇ ಅನೇಕ ಅಸಂಬದ್ಧವಾದ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಪ್ಪಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೂ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಯಾರದ್ದು ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳ ನಿರೂಪಣೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಂತಹ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಇನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿವರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೀಗೆ ಅನೇಕ ಅವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಅಂಶಗಳು ಇದ್ದರೂ ಗ್ರಂಥ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಸಕಲ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳ ಚರ್ಚೆಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉಪಯುಕ್ತವಾದದ್ದು. ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳು, ಅವುಗಳ ವಿಭಾಗ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಿರೂಪಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದು ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪದಾರ್ಥದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ, ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ, ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಧರ್ಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ತರ್ಕದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹುಮುಖವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ. ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಶೋಧಕರು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಈ ಆಧುನಿಕ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಹಿಂದಿನದನ್ನು ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಂತೆ ಈ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಅನೇಕ ಲೋಪದೋಷಗಳು ಇರಬಹುದು. ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅದರ ಧರ್ಮಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಮೇಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆಯೂ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಮಾಣದ ಬಗ್ಗೆಯೂ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಗ್ರಂಥ ನ್ಯಾಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ. ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ ತಾತ್ವಿಕ ದರ್ಶನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅದರ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಬಹಳ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಸಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕಟಿಸಿ ಆ ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ಜಿಜ್ಞಾಸುಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀಡುವಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಗೀತಾ ಇನಾಮದಾರು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಕಳಕಳಿಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮದಾಸ ಪೈಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಬಲ್ಲಾಳರ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹದಿಂದ ಇದು ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ನೀಡುವಂಥ ಉತ್ತಮ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ನಡೆಯಲಿ ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ ಆಶಿಸ್ತಾ, ಈ ಗ್ರಂಥದ ಪ್ರಕಾಶನೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಿರುಮಲ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅವರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ವಿಸ್ತಾರಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಂತೆ ಜೋಶಿ ಅವರ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನವರಿಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಸೇರಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಮೂಲ್ಯ ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಅರ್ಪಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸಿ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಪ್ರಗತಿ, ಇದರಿಂದ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯ ನಡೆಯಲಿ ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ ಆಶಿಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Thank you, sir. Your words of wisdom were truly enlightening. It is definitely a memorable day for the authors today. On this occasion, Manipal University Press would like to compliment the authors for their excellent work. Swamiji, it would be a privilege to receive the accolades from you. I request Dr. Kulkarni and Mr. Joshi to please come forward to receive this token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. We have with us Vidwan Gopalachar B, who is a member of the DPRC Advisory Board. He has been of support and guidance to DPRC throughout, and as a token of gratitude, we would like to give away a copy of today's released book to him. Sir, please. I now call upon Mr. Srinivas Kumaran Acharya, Faculty DPRC, who is also the copy editor of this book, to receive a copy of the book from Sri Swamiji. Thank you, sir. Dr. Neeta Inamdar will now deliver the word of thanks.
Everything that begins has to come to a logical conclusion. And so also this event around this book on logic. So it's what a way to begin 2014 for Manipal University Press. I'm really delighted, and though this task of thanking was given to me, I no more consider it a task, because I'm overwhelmed doing this job, and I did not have to make any extra effort and feel naturally to thank everybody who's present here. So I fall short of words to express our gratitude to Swamiji, who had agreed to release the book. He also took time a few months ago to make a visit to our Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center. He came in, he went around, he had a look at all the books in the small library of Dvaita Philosophy books that we have created, and he even suggested a few books to the library, and he blessed us coming to the center just a few months ago. And it is with his guidance that we move forward and hope we'll go a long way in building Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center and also Manipal University Press. Many of his students and disciples are on the advisory board of Dvaita Philosophy Resource Center, and they are guiding us. I thank him for making all this possible. Swamiji, at your feet to seek your blessings once again. And Swamiji, I also thank you specially for giving us Shrini, whom you fondly call Malli. ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳೇ, ವಿಶೇಷ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಲ್ಲಿನ ನನಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟದಕ್ಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಲ್ಲಿನ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಿಷ್ಯನ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟದಕ್ಕೆ. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲೇ ಶ್ರೀಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಲೋಪದೋಷಗಳು ನ್ಯಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟ್ರೈಡ್ ಅವರ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್. And I also thank all the students of Swamiji who are present here. And I call upon them to work with us further on these. Because I know many of them are scholars, and I request them to come forward, work with us, utilize the facilities that are provided at the center. We have one of the finest facilities. You have access to so many journals in philosophy, and we have so many books procured, and I request that you all make a visit and make use of these facilities. And also we have been inviting the Chancellor to release some of our publications of Manipal University Press since probably the first book, but it took 21 of them. So finally he is here for the 22nd publication of the book. So he did not speak. He doesn't speak. His very presence is a statement in itself. And we're really encouraged by your presence, sir. Thank you very much. It means a lot to us, actually. And Dr. Balal, he released one book last month. It was on comets, and here he is on our request once again with us to release this one. He is also one of the authors of Manipal University Press. We published one of his books on childhood cancers. We look forward to many more of them, sir. And his presence on this occasion and addressing the gathering makes it a very special occasion for us. So thank you once again, sir. Thank you for being with us. I thank both the authors of the book, Professor Thirumal Kulkarni and Jaideep Joshi. Yeah, Joshi, right? Not Joshi. Yeah, I know. So he's a Marathi man. He's not Joshi, he's Joshi, he says. And Joshi, what they say. Doshi alla, Doshi Khandita alla. So I thank both of them because both of them have come here with their family members. I should thank their family members also because they took a lot of patience in dealing with this gentleman as they actually were working on the 12 drafts of the book, as they said. And this event, Manipal University Press or Dvaita Philosophy Research Center, none of them would have been possible without Dr. Bhatt. He has been with us, he's always with us, he's looking at his mobile. Okay. Yeah, he's known for that. But he's anytime he's listening to us, we know it. And he's always been with us, and so we feel so encouraged the way he has led us. Sometimes, we make some small mistakes here and there, but still he continues to lead us without even one word that discourages us. And I take this opportunity to thank you especially, sir. Nothing would have been possible without you. And I express my gratitude on behalf of all the Manipal University Press team members, which comprises of copy editors. We have some of our copy editors and those who are a part of this, designers, and all others who are a part of this. Special thanks to Shantla for hosting this event. She's also one of the sought-after copy editors of Manipal University Press. And she's very dependable and accurate. And I thank heads of Udupi Sanskrit College and Sri Vadiraja Research Foundation who are here with us along with the faculty members and students. I thank all those university officials who have been helping us organize these events. Imagine we organize one event every month or even more. Probably we're going to have many more. And they are with us every time we organize an event. And so we thank each one of them, and also thank everyone who is here on our invitation. Our authors are their previous authors, and our other colleagues, heads of departments, everybody who is here on invitation, I thank them all. We really feel honored by your presence. Thank you, one and all.